Value for money is something we're always chasing to have the highest quality for a lower cost, and typically quality and cost go hand in hand. The more money you spend, the better quality you get. But I don't think that's the case anymore. Now, you might have heard of a company called Anker. They make portable chargers like this one and also power bricks, but they have a sister company called Soundcore and they make audio devices. So I went out and purchased the cheapest earbuds from Soundcore, which is the P20i's, to hopefully answer the question, can you get good quality for a cheaper price? So when you buy these from new, you get the earbuds themselves, you'll get a user manual, you'll get different size rubber caps for the buds themselves so they can fit your ear better, you'll get small, medium and large, and I believe medium is already fitted on the earbuds. And you'll also get a Type-C charging cable. So here is a closer look at the Soundcore P20i earbud. I'm going to quickly go through some of the stats, starting with the driver, which is 10mm, which is big enough to give you those bassy notes. It has 2 mics, also enhanced with AI to give you clear phone calls. It boasts 10 hours of battery life, which could be extended to 30 hours with the charging case. It's also IPX5 waterproof. Looking a little closer, above the R we can see the first microphone, and then if I flip this over we can see the second microphone, and then we can also see the finish is matte black, which I really like, and it's also a relatively small earbud. Now let's take a look at the Soundcore app. If we go into the app, we can see that we can add device. This will then scan all the nearby devices from Soundcore and we can pair our buds to our phone. Once it's paired, we can just click on the device and we can see that we have an equalizer. If we go into this, you can see that it has a default, which is the Soundcore signature with bass up. I've left it on this one because I found it more than good enough for all the music I listen to and the podcasts that I listen to. But if we scroll down, you can see all the different genres of music that you can have the equalizer set to hopefully enhance what you're listening to. If we go down and go to controls, we can see that we can customize the left and right controls. So we have a single tap, a double tap, and a tap and hold. If we go into single tap, we can make this customized to minus the volume, plus it, play, pause, the next track, the previous track, a voice assistant, or none. I've set mine to none just simply because in previous experiences I always seem to knock this and do an action which I don't want to do. So I love the fact you can actually set it to none to hopefully alleviate any of those accidental taps. If we go down to find device, which I think is a really helpful feature because you don't necessarily see this on all the apps or devices for this price point, but you can play a sound to the earbud to locate it. Absolutely love that. And it also comes with a gaming mode, which is something that I don't really use too much, which it helps with the latency, but it does have a compromise where it will use more battery. Now, if we go into settings, we can see that we can update firmware, which will scan to see and then tell you that you're on the most updated version, which is really nice to see that this actually gets updates and firmware updates, and you have all this customizability for something, once again, that has a price point of about £20, $20. Now let's talk audio quality. I personally think the audio is really good, especially if you use the equalizer to the genre of music you're listening to. Right now I'm listening to quite a bit of rock. I do listen to bits and bobs of basically everything, but right now I'm rocking out. And I have to say the equalizer setting for rock does a really good job of elevating the levels needed for that particular genre to make it sound phenomenal, especially at this price range of it being so cheap. It does a great job of audio quality. Now, the only one which I listen to quite a bit of is podcasts, and I think that setting could be a little bit better, just because the podcasts I personally listen to, they show video clips and have some music in the actual podcast itself, and I feel the podcast setting does a very good job of elevating the audio levels of the voices, but it doesn't do a great job when it has other sounds. So I typically just have it on default, and default I think does a great job as well. Now let's talk about the fit. So as you can see, it's actually relatively small. And I personally think it fits really well. It does come with those different size caps, so obviously if you do have a smaller canal of ear, you can have the smaller little cap, and obviously if you have a larger ear, you have the large cap as well. I just kept it with the medium, and it works and fits really well. And my partner, my wife, she actually wears a lot of earbuds to bed. She listens to a lot of stuff at night, and she'll actually wear them to bed, and that is also a comfort test if she can accidentally fall asleep while wearing them, which she does all the time. So I feel for comfortableness and comfortability, if one of those is a word, these do a really good job. And of course, not everything can be perfect with these earbuds. They do have some cons, and I have two of them that I want to mention. The first one is the quality of material. Now, with this price range, you do expect this, but it's just something to mention that it's made with cheap plastic. As you can hear, and also when you feel the case itself, it does feel a little bit cheap, especially with, like I mentioned, it is that cheaper sort of plastic feel, and it does get scratches, and it is a little bit more flimsy. With the earbuds, you don't notice as much, but it still is. And my second con to mention is it doesn't come with noise cancelling. Now, this isn't a deal breaker for me, and of course it does have some sort of form of noise cancelling because you're putting something in your ear and blocking out your ear, but it doesn't have active noise cancelling through digital enhancement. Now, this isn't a deal breaker for me, obviously, because I went out and purchased these knowing that, but for some people, you're seeing it more and more and more, and this might be something that people want as a feature. This doesn't have it. Once again, I have to mention though, it is cheap and it is expected not to have it at this price range, but it is a con that it doesn't have it. So at the start of the video, I asked the question, can you get good quality for a lower price? And in 2025, yes you can. These are fantastic. All the options and customizability you get with these through the app, with the equalizer, or even with the commands where you can tap or double tap or hold, all of that for this price range is just phenomenal, and the sound quality you get is decent. It does perform very well with different genres, like I mentioned with the rock that I listen to, or podcasts, or hip hop. All of it does a very good job because of those 10mm drivers offer good bass and good range of different frequencies of sound. So they do such a good job, and all the customizability is even waterproof, and also has the Find My Earbuds if you lose one feature on the app. So much you get for such a low price, so I couldn't be happier. And if you guys are interested in checking these out through Amazon, I have an Amazon link down below. But yeah, great products, couldn't recommend them enough. Let me know what you guys think of these down below. Don't forget to like and share. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you guys next time.